your online class yet?
Yeah, I just did.
So what did you actually learn?
What did I learn? What didn't I learn? Let's take a look. That's me, Lauren, a soon-to-be second-year elementary education student at the University of Regina. Welcome to my summary of learning for EDTC 300 with Katia Hildebrandt. When I first decided to take this class, I thought I was super well prepared. After all, I did have my own social media accounts. I was active on Instagram and Facebook, and of course, I knew how to rock those Snapchat filters. But little did I know that this class was going to cover a whole lot more than I could have ever imagined. There was a whole other tech world out there that I was about to explore, and I was more than excited to be doing so. I had never taken a live stream online class before, and for a girl who doesn't like to video chat, it came as quite a shock when I realized that I was going to have to video chat with my entire class using a video conferencing app called Zoom. Every Tuesday and Thursday evening, our EDTC 300 class would meet in our Zoom room for class. I was amazed that this app allowed for students across the province to come together and learn as if we were in a classroom. The fact that I could participate from the comfort of my couch was just an added bonus. On the first day of class, we were introduced to the idea of creating a public learning network or a professional learning network. Well, this involved building a positive online presence through sharing, connecting, and interacting with others. I had never heard of or considered the importance of creating a public learning network and was surprised to hear that I'd already started contributing to mine without even knowing it, because everything I had done online before contributed to the way I was viewed by others. So in my eyes, my biggest goal for this class was to contribute to my public learning network in positive ways. And let me tell you, we were given multiple tools to do so. I was quickly introduced to the wonderful world of blogging. I created a WordPress blog where I began forming my e-portfolio and showcase my learning. I learned how to navigate my dashboard and how to create pages, categories, menus, and widgets. I also learned the basics of how to write interesting blog posts by incorporating different links, images, and videos. I also learned to comment on others' blogs and how to access the comments that were made on mine. This communication and input from others allowed for me to improve upon my blog in substantial ways, as well as contribute to others. For the first time ever, I was introduced to the idea of using the Google Plus community, something I had also never heard of before. This was one of the many places that my EDTC classmates and I could come together, and we were able to share ideas, information, and ask questions. If I ever had any doubts about anything, this was my go-to stop for clarification. The next step in my journey towards building a public learning network was to join Twitter. I had not overly familiar with Twitter or how to use it, but I was more than willing to learn. I started by creating a profile with a bio that described who I was, being sure to link my WordPress blog. I then learned how to write my own tweets using the appropriate hashtags, how to retweet, and how to favorite others' tweets, as well as direct message. I began following both my classmates and other educators on Twitter in order to build my network and form new relationships. I then started participating in numerous Twitter chats through a tool called TweetDeck. I had no idea that Twitter chats existed and quickly began to fall in love with the many ways in which they allowed me to connect with educators around the world. Some of my favorite chats included the SaskEd chat, Be Kind Edu, and New Teacher Tribe, all of which taught me so much about education and technology. Little did I know, Twitter is about more than just sharing what you did that day. Twitter is a place to share ideas, thoughts, resources, and stories. Twitter is a community, and it's a place to form relationships and learn from and with others. Another major portion of this class is my learning project, in which I was given the opportunity to take something I was interested in and learn about it through technology. I chose to focus on baking and cake decorating as it was something I've always loved to do, yet wasn't a professional by any means. Each week, I explored various blogs, websites, YouTube channels, and television shows in order to find resources that could help me. I then began to blog about my learning process, encouraging others to share their thoughts with me online in order to improve. Looking back, I can see the many ways in which I had grown, all through technological means. Talk about amazing. Throughout the semester, I was also introduced and given the opportunity to explore a wide range of amazing apps. Some of these memorable apps include Screencastify, Grammarly, Google Drive, Flipgrid, and Kahoot. These are only a few of the many different apps that I learned about, mainly because I didn't know they existed in the first place, and now I can implement them in my future classroom. Guest speaker Dr. Alice Kroos joined our class one evening to share a presentation in which I learned about the new culture of participation that exists today because of technology and what that means for the future of classrooms and the education system in general. We discussed the many dangers of the internet, including sexting, scamming, trolling, cyberbullying, and an overall lack of privacy. We also discussed the many positive uses of the internet and the ways in which technology can benefit us in forming new relationships, sharing knowledge and ideas, and expanding our public learning network. This taught me the importance of maintaining a balance and knowing when it is and is not appropriate to use technology. To quote Dr. Caros, we are never truly offline, which brought us to the topic of digital identity and how it is virtually impossible to separate our on and online selves. This means that technology is a part of who we are, and while we don't have to fear it, we must be aware of the ways in which we present ourselves both on and offline. I learned about the permanence of digital identity and how the things you post online never truly disappear. This means that one post can either make or break you. I also learned about the importance of a teacher's role in preparing their students for the internet and how to develop positive digital identities and avoid the dangers. We need to teach the importance of acting appropriately online and participating in positive digital citizenship. I learned that we have the rights and responsibilities to uphold, and that's important to think before you do anything online. So what did I learn in EDTC 300? The better question is, what didn't I learn? I began this course not knowing much of anything about technology, and in just 2 short months, I have learned more than I could have ever imagined. I now know how to do everything from blogging to tweeting to coding and more. Most importantly, I learned the ways in which technology can be implemented in the classroom and the ways in which I as an educator can teach my students about safe online use that will benefit them in the future and in their lives. To quote Dr. George Caros, technology will never replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of a great teacher can be transformational. This is a quote that I will carry with me as I pursue my degree in education. So although my EDTC 300 journey has come to an end, my EdTech journey has just begun.